Today on Homeworthy, we're heading to Round Top, Texas, where more than 100,000 people flock to this small town for 2 weeks of vintage shopping. Homeworthy host Christy Doramus takes us behind the scenes of the legendary Antiques Fair in the heart of Texas. From rare treasures to timeless fashion and statement-making furniture, we'll shop alongside Christy and meet the makers, curators, and characters who make Round Top truly unforgettable. You're watching Homeworthy, where we believe every home has a story.
Hi Homeworthy, it's Christy Doramus, and today we're here in Round Top, Texas, one of the biggest antique shows in the entire country. If you're a treasure hunter like me, Round Top is the place to be. Drive down Highway 237 for 11 miles and you'll find tents, fields, barns, antiques, decor, clothing, and all of the treasures that you could ever want to find. They're all right here in Round Top. So come with me and we'll check out what there is to offer here at Round Top. So we're at Blue Hills, which is one of the many antique shows at Round Top. But Blue Hills is one of the most special. There are so many vendors here that come here from all over the country, and I just love to see how each vendor makes their setup so special and curated, and you'll see what I mean once you come inside. Okay, so I'm popping inside one of my favorite brands, Society Social. They're here from North Carolina, and they have a big tent here at Blue Hills with all of their amazing pieces, upholstered pieces, rattan, lamps. They have accessories. This is Roxy Owens. She's the founder of Society Social, this amazing brand. I have so many pieces in my house. My favorite thing about your brand is that you can do COM, and the experts of Homeworthy will know what COM is, but customers own material. So you can send in any fabric and have it put on any of the amazing pieces that Roxy's company creates in North Carolina, or you can use one of her fabrics, and she has an amazing library of fabrics too. Okay, so Roxy, you have so many pieces in your collection. Do you specifically curate for your customers that come every year at Round Top?
Absolutely. So people often ask us what makes our assortment here at Round Top unique. And our main mission is to create an assortment that honors the charming spirit of this iconic antiques fair. So you all know Round Top is a treasure trove for European antiques, American farmhouse staples. It's such an event for design lovers, interiors professionals, fashion lovers. There's vintage and antique furniture, fine arts. You can find everything here. So in that vein, we've taken our signature offerings. As you can see, we have custom upholstery and rattan and wicker, and have really created assortment that speaks to the design lovers of Texas. But honestly, people come from all over the world.
Okay, so is this, I just moved to Texas last year, and if I did not learn to play Mahjong,
I still don't know how to play Mahjong.
I would not have a social life. Honestly, it's what everyone does. Is this a Mahjong table?
It is. This is actually from our collection with fine art photographer Nick Mealy, and there's a hidden compartment that's finished in beautiful raffia grass cloth.
This is so beautiful.
And you can hide candy or games or
all your Mahjong tiles.
All your Mahjong tiles. And the collection was really inspired by game nights and gathering, and game rooms have become so popular recently in design. And so yeah, we've showcased his collection here. Something that is really special for this Round Top is this. If you look behind you, there's a 15-foot vintage rattan bar that is 400 pounds, and it's from like the 1980s. So again, we really tried to curate our assortment to include vintage pieces, one-of-a-kind upholstery, pieces from our new collection, and I think you'll, come to our tent and you'll find something unique.
I really love how you've set it up so people can come in and totally shop for their living room. You can get your sofa, your pillow, your lamp, your art all in one place. Can you tell us a little bit about the art that's in here?
Oh, yes. So the art is by Nick Mealy. And
wait, y'all are having a party tonight.
We are
you
having
and
a party.
Nick. I'm coming.
And you should come. Yes, Nick is actually right there.
Oh, Nick, he's here. Guys, recognize Nick. He is a Homeworthy veteran. You've been on Homeworthy.
I'm an alum, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so you guys know all about Nick already, but this is super special for him to be here and have his art featured.
It's so special. And not only do we have some of Nick's bestsellers, we have pieces that actually a lot of them have sold from his new series that is inspired by vintage games. We really tried to get creative. I think that's what's special about our collection with Nick is that I think the creativity and the playfulness of Nick's brand comes through. So, you know, I don't know if you all can imagine like the standard issue gaming chairs that you would find online in like leather or, you know, gross fabrics. These are in Sister Parish. And the gaming chairs over there are in this beautiful St. Frank's quilted fabric, which if you've been around top is very round top. Quilted jackets, quilted fabrics. This dress is made out of a vintage quilt. So we're really getting into the spirit of round top.
Well, really, I've noticed everyone looks so cute at Round Top. So it's not
a fashion show.
It is a fashion show. It's not just about what you're buying or you're looking for. It's about what you're wearing.
Absolutely.
So you're going to have to show me where you found all of these
vintage
cute
killing,
items.
repurposed into a necklace. I know it's kind of, I love a theme. I don't normally dress like this on a regular basis in North Carolina, but I feel like when you come to Round Top, it's more fun if you just really get into the spirit.
Yes.
And that's everything from fashion to furniture. So that's
yes,
what
the
we try
hats,
to bring.
the boots, the quilted dresses and
Right.
quilted jackets. It's all about the fashion here. So if you're coming, dress the part. It's more fun. If someone were to come in who just has never been introduced to your brand and they want to take home a piece of Society Social, what would you show them? Something that they can pack in their car and just take with them.
I have the perfect piece. It is my personal favorite. So part of what we do at Society Social, we take timeless materials and we try to recreate pieces in a way that is modern and fresh and fun. So everyone has a wicker piece, right? Well, most people have some kind of cool wicker piece. But this little stool over here is a brand new piece in our line. And I was so inspired by dressmaker details.
And it's lightweight too. You can pick this up and put it right in your car.
Yeah, there are two of them.
And a pair,
Yes.
actually. I can pick one up in each arm
Right.
and put it right in my car.
Here you go.
See, this is not, antiquing is not difficult.
Yeah.
And you don't need anyone, you don't even need anyone to help you.
Right. And what's
these
like
are great.
So you know, custom upholstery and often features pleats and you know, dressmaker details of that sort. I challenged our design team to see if we could recreate pleats in woven furniture. So it was inspired by a pleated sofa of ours. And I don't think I've seen pleated wicker on the market. So these pieces are truly special and something that we're really proud of. And
These
it's
are
signature.
so fun, and they can go with any decor. And you can customize the fabric.
Right.
You can put any fabric on top that you want to
can
go
send
with
in
your room.
COM.
Your COM, my favorite,
Yes.
because I always, you know, am finding fabric and I want them to be on the beautiful pieces, but sometimes you just want it to be in the fabric you want.
Yeah.
These are great. I love them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is so special. Well, we need to take a look around at everything that's here because it really is a feast for the eyes. We talked about your adorable outfit. I'm obsessed. There's so many great quilted pieces here. I've seen everyone walking around with quilted jackets, quilted dresses. This one is particularly unique. I have not seen one like it, and the necklace.
Thank you.
So if you have time, could you?
I would love to show you where I got it.
Yeah, come show me. Can we go to the tent? Maybe there's a tent? Or
Yes.
is it in another
So
tent?
she's actually in the barn. Her name's Natalie Lindsay. She curates the most insane vintage pieces, again in the spirit of Round Top. And this is where I got this fabulous dress. And she would love to meet you. I told her that you were
take
coming.
me. Okay, let's go. So do you ever make time to shop here too? I know you're so busy.
In and out, like we'll go on quick spurts and the team will take turns because we all love fashion too. And there's so much good fashion here, and you are going to love Natalie. She's in barn Q, so all of the barns are labeled, you can see.
There's letters on all of the barns,
Yep.
so it's easy to find the vendor that you're looking for.
Yep.
So have you made friends with any of your neighbor vendors?
We totally made friends. Another special thing about Round Top, and Texas, I think. You're a Texan now.
I'm a new Texan.
Yeah, everyone's just so warm and welcoming. And it's kind of like we just band together and, check on each other and welcome each other to, our tents, our booths, and everyone's been lovely.
Everywhere I've gone, people are handing out cold water, cold candy bars.
We have alcohol in our tent.
After,
later.
After 4 p.m., they break out the
No, it's
ranch
kind of an
waters
all-day
and champagne.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, go to Roxy's tent if you want to celebrate
We're
all day.
serving all day.
I love that. Another great thing about Texas, it's always happy hour.
It really is, especially at Round Top.
It makes the shopping more fun. Okay,
A little more dangerous.
So this is where all of the European
Exactly.
antiques are.
So antiques are scattered throughout all the venues at Round Top. And like I said, you can find European treasures, you can find American staples, every style from farmhouse to Palm Beach, you can find at Round Top.
Look at those sweet chairs with the heart detail
those
on
are
them.
sweet.
Aren't those so cute? Those would be great for a children's table. I love those.
Or a game table.
Or a game table, a mahjong table.
This is one of my favorite spots at Round Top. This is where my dress is from. Natalie Lindsay is this fabulous stylist. She's right here.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey, Natalie. I'm
Hi.
Christy.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, so Natalie
wow,
curates
what a fun shop.
all these incredible vintage pieces, including this dress that I've gotten a million compliments on
It's a good
already,
one.
by the
It's a
way.
good
But yeah, this
This
is like,
is a fun hat.
gotta play dress up. I
How
think
good
it's
is that?
Natalie's.
It's a vintage Stetson, or no, it's a resistal,
Here, let's see.
but it's called a grizzly because it's kind of like fuzzy.
I mean, how cool,
That's
how cool
fun.
is this whole
I
look?
love that.
You should try it on. Down like this.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
She shows you the way.
Wait, it looks good on you.
Yeah.
Am I like, I'm like, this is my gardening hat.
Well,
now I'm a Round Top girl.
Yeah.
yeah.
This
Now
Natalie
you
was
look
my
the
very first stop. Straight from the airport, I came straight here. We got some looks going. We got some hats. We got some boots.
She secured my last yo-yo dress. She's
And-
like, I have to get
Oh,
it.
is that what this is called?
Yeah.
A yo-yo dress?
So I find these vintage quilts. They're called yo-yo quilts. So it like comes in a big blanket, and then I make the pieces out.
They're the
out of
coolest.
it. I'm kind of like running low right now. I have
is
this one.
this
oh,
a
this
yo-yo
one.
skirt? Ooh,
That's a yo-yo
I
skirt.
like the yo-yo skirt.
You should try it
This
on.
is so fun.
Oh,
And
here's. Oh,
do you just wear like
I
a?
wear like bike shorts underneath, or you could do a slip. I have a slip you could throw
I'm wearing a
on this.
slip,
So
Christy.
cute.
And here's
Try it on.
a skirt. Oh, this is so fun.
I'm
love
like
it.
obviously
Just put it
your
over your
biggest
shorts.
fan, Natalie.
Okay, well, I will. Twist my arm. Try on clothes. Well, Natalie, we're gonna get to know each other real good, real fast.
I like really invade people's personal space.
Yes, I know. Oh my gosh, Christy, you look so good.
So I would style it like.
Get out of the way. Do your thing, girl.
And then you can throw a belt on there.
Oh, I love your belts.
Let's see.
All right. Am I a round top girl now?
I mean,
what do you think?
You look pretty round topified.
Look, yo-yo
my
queens.
hat, my belt, my yo-yo skirt.
Wait, that's really cute. I'd probably put a different top, but I like it.
It's so fun. I love it. Thanks, Natalie.
You're welcome.
Okay, so one of the most fun things about Round Top is who you run into, and I just bumped into
Homeworthy.
It's Lisa Henderson. You guys might remember her from the Dallas Show House. She's an amazing interior designer based in Dallas, my new home, and she's here shopping. Are you shopping for clients? What are you doing?
Yes. We have a whole list. We have it divided out by house with each one, everything that we're looking for, and we just kind of do the route and go look at all the places and try to find all the things.
Do you have any favorite tents, or is Blue Hills your favorite, or where do you
Well,
like
Blue
to go?
Hills is, better and better every show, especially with this large expansion that they've done. They're doing a really, really good job. The Continental tent is probably our favorite spot at the Big Red Barn. And then we had some success yesterday at Marburger. And, it's always a good time down here. We love the food, love the people, love running into friends.
Someone who's never been, what are your top Round Top shopping tips?
I would say have a bit of a plan, but also be flexible and just have a good time. It's so much fun.
And it's all about, look at these cute boots. Did you get those here? Because
No, these are Mirror and Crosby from Dallas.
those are great.
Thanks.
Mirror and Crosby also has a pop-up
Yes,
here.
they do. Yeah, down at Bader Ranch.
Yes.
Yes, they have really good food at Bader Ranch for lunch. That's a good spot.
Bader Ranch is where we went to dinner last night, and it was
fun.
fabulous.
Oh, so fun.
But also I love Round Top because every dinner venue also has a shop.
Yes. There's no shortage of shopping.
No, and it's
Yes.
clothing, antiques,
Yeah.
accessories. There was a handbag shop there.
Fun.
So there's something for everybody. So I know you're busy. You've got to get
Yes,
back to
yes, no,
shopping.
you're right.
But if I could ask you one question,
Uh-huh.
what makes Round Top an interior designer's dream place to shop?
Well, you're going to find a little bit of everything. You're always going to find the most obscure down to the finest. And so just kind of depending on what you're looking for, it hopefully is out there. So
Something for everybody.
Something for
I
everyone.
Love it. Well, I'm so
Yes.
glad I got to
Yes,
run
so
into
good to
you.
see you.
And,
Yes.
and thanks for stopping.
Yes, anytime.
I can't wait to see what you find.
Okay,
I love
will do.
following Lisa on Instagram. We'll
Okay.
include your Instagram handle, but I love following Lisa on Instagram because she always shares her fun finds from all over the world, really.
Yeah, it's so fun. Thanks.
Good to see
Bye.
you. Okay, so now we're at the Marburger Farm Antique Show with my friend Mallory, who is the curator and the woman in charge of finding all of the vendors here at Marburger, and there are a lot. So
There are a lot.
tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about Marburger. If someone's never been here before, what should they know?
Well, first of all, I think it's appropriate to just throw in there that Christy and I met en route to another antique show in an airplane, and her husband is a lovely person I went to high school with. So this is so full circle that we're finding each other here on the farm today.
Treasure hunters unite.
Yeah, treasure.
We sat next to each other
Right.
on our Southwest flight, and we're like,
Yeah.
wait, you must be my kind of person.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
here we
exactly.
are.
Yes. So thank you so much for coming.
For someone who's never been to Marburger
Okay,
before,
yeah,
just tell us a little bit about it. Like, how many vendors are here? What kind of things can people find?
So what people should plan on, in my opinion, is bracing themselves to not get overwhelmed by the amount of surprise and incredible finds there are here, because there are so many neat things in one place that it can be like, whoa, it's a feast for the senses. And I would allow more than one day to come here. A lot of people try to squeeze in just a day, and it is a great day trip, especially from Austin and as well from Houston. But I find it to be far more enjoyable if you get to take your time and not rush, and just enjoy the atmosphere and ambiance of being in a surprising environment for finding treasures, which is a farm and on a pasture. And so what people could expect, or what they should think about, is whether their budget is zilch and they just want to be inspired, or their budget is massive and they want to fill a truck to block off a couple of days and enjoy just the experience of walking through the tents. We have 5 tents the size of football fields, each the size of a football field. And then we have a handful of other tents that are boutique size, 10 historic buildings that range from a few hundred to a few thousand square feet, and dealers from around the world where we're the only show that they do, and the only time you could find them would be here in terms of an in-person shopping experience.
So how many vendors are
there
here?
250, or if you count partners and things where there's multiple dealers per business, then we're over 300. And some of them are tiny booths. Some of them are immersive worlds where you go into a really large space, and some people send over tons of stuff from overseas. They're shopping abroad, or they live abroad and they send stuff over here. And then some people do their own driving with, little vans and box trucks full of stuff. And all of them are not all of them, but most of them are artists at the same time. And what they put together visually is so invaluable, or that's something you can't even put a price tag on for designers and shopper and regular people alike. Just the inspiration and ideas you can get from the way they arrange things. Necessity being the mother of invention. This is such a surprising setting. You take what is truly just a pasture, and then you give them the blank canvas of a booth with maybe a few walls, and say, what can you make out of this? And then they create something so incredible.
I think that's one of my favorite things about Marburger compared to the other shows that I've been to, is the creativity of the vendors is insane.
Yeah.
You walk around and you forget that you're walking on a pasture,
Yeah.
because it feels like a show house. Each booth is curated. And I was walking past one of the vendors yesterday who had all of this beautiful glassware, and my brain just went to how much bubble wrap?
Oh,
did it
I
take?
think I know which booth you're talking about too.
To bring all of these beautiful things here, and it's like a museum.
It is like a museum.
Beautiful, and even if you're not shopping to take home something, and you just want to train your eye or see something beautiful, it's such a nice place to come just to take it all in.
Absolutely.
With a group of friends or by yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, it is fun with friends because it's nice to be able to bounce things off of somebody and say, what do you think? And then if you're shopping alone, it's nice because you really just listen to your own gut. Do I love this? Do I want to take this home? It's a great atmosphere for a memory to be made because it's so unique in that regard. And I appreciate what you said about the artistry of the dealers. And it's a lot of effort. And there's something really beautiful about the brevity of the show. You have this really small window of time to get to see this creation. And so from an ego standpoint, they have to surrender to the fact that after a few days, we're only open for 5, this will never be again. You know, the things that they might have spent such a long time sourcing or held back for a long time to present, then gets ravaged potentially on our opening day, or by the end of the show, the artistry of what they put together in vignettes is no more. And I mean, I can't take enough photos here. It's so
Oh, I know. My camera roll is full.
Yeah.
So I know you can't play favorites because you are personal friends with all of these vendors and artisans, but I've had my eye on a few booths. So will you take me around and introduce me?
Yes.
Okay,
I can't
let's
wait
go.
to see what you like.
So Mallory, this booth really caught my eye because I love glassware, and it seems like if that's what you're looking for, this is the place to come.
So funny. Another friend of mine from Dallas said, we're running, because at their opening bell, people will run to their favorite dealers. And she said, we're running to what this booth is, Bird Dog. She said, we're running to Bird Dog. I actually have a shorter glass in the same pattern. Yeah, so this dealer, Bird Dog, is out of Houston, but they don't have a store. They just do this show, and They have a niche that is their specialty, and they are our go-to. There are a lot of people here who have barware, but clearly they have a corner on that market.
But also the way it's displayed by color.
Yeah.
And this is the booth when I said,
Yeah.
how much bubble wrap does
Yeah.
it take to get all of this beautiful glassware here? And it's all just so curated
Yeah.
and so fun. And you can tell that the vendor really put so much time into making it
She does.
beautiful.
Yes, yes, yes. She has a great team, and it's a husband and wife, and then her brother, from whom I bought some vinyl records the other day, and then a friend of hers who's a dealer across from her. They pull it together shockingly smoothly, and I'm with you in that all just the wrapping alone would make my head spin. But and it's a great place for gifts. It's a great place for yourself if you didn't want to have to use a shipper and you wanted to just carry some things home. Granted, gingerly in a carry-on, super well wrapped, or
with lots of bubble wrap.
yeah, you could do that. Yeah, I like this.
That's
Peace
actually
coffee.
a great point. If you're coming in from out of state and you don't want to deal with getting a big piece of furniture home,
Yeah.
and maybe that's not what you're looking for, and
Yeah.
you want to take a beautiful set of glassware or
Yeah.
something beautiful you can put on your coffee table.
Oh yeah.
You can take this home
Totally.
in your suitcase.
I wish people could register here for weddings. Wouldn't that be fun if there could be?
Great idea.
Yeah.
Well, I would want to register.
Yeah, yeah.
here.
You just register for.
or just for life.
Yeah, or just for life. A life registry. Yes, yes. If you're looking for a gift for me, yeah,
is
no big deal. Just
incredible.
make the trip to Marburger and.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so this booth stopped me in my tracks. It is beautiful. And Mallory just introduced me to Charlie, who's here from Paris for his first show at Round Top. So Charlie, there are so many beautiful pieces here. Is there one trunk that is the most rare or
Oh, you have-
extremely special? I know they're all special, but
Yeah. Now maybe this one is very interesting one
Oh.
because it's the oldest one we have here in the booth. It's a Louis Vuitton trunk from 1880, sorry, 1880, and the condition is completely crazy for such oldest trunks. And you can see when this trunk have been made, the monogram doesn't exist at all. Even the damier canvas, it was the very first Louis Vuitton canvas made by the Louis Vuitton company. And to have such oldest Louis Vuitton trunks in this condition, like new, it's crazy. That's very unusual one, and this one have been found in Paris.
so would someone use this as a coffee table?
Absolutely. Today, it's a very desirable size because the biggest part of the customer want a beautiful Louis Vuitton trunks at home, want to make a beautiful coffee table, and that's the ultimate size in the ultimate condition for and very impressive historical pieces.
Wow.
So
it's
that for me is very
incredible.
interesting. Now you also have another one here, and this one, the very interesting things is when we found it for the first time, we found the original cover.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen one of these.
And thanks to the original cover, you can see that the trunks inside is completely immaculate because it was protected all his life inside the original cover. And inside the trunks, I can show you inside the trunks very unusual things. We have found a little paper put by the first woman who traveled with all the indication for the personnel. You can see here, it's all the things that the personnel have to take for his clear for the different travel. So that's very interesting. And here we still have the fixation with the ribbon to storage very carefully all the clothes of the woman during his travel. And here we are in 1903, and the very impressive things also is you can see the canvas, it's perfect, and it's very unusual canvas. It was the very first monogram made by Louis Vuitton, the first monogram canvas. So it's not painting, it's woven, linen woven.
Oh wow.
That's why it's very specific.
Oh wow, I can see what you mean.
And the Louis Vuitton used this canvas only during a few years because it was too much fragile and very expensive. And found a Louis Vuitton trunks like this today in this condition, it's incredible.
So what would you use a trunk this size for?
This is very funny, and I will show you. This very small, it's the smallest Louis Vuitton trunks we have here, and this was only to store the man hats. So when you open it, you have the top hat inside, and you can see how it was stored during the travel. And now I will show you the same for the woman. Here, the small one was for the man hats, and this one on bottom was for the woman hat.
Oh wow, so this is how much space the man gets, and this is how much space
Absolutely.
the woman gets for her travels, for her hat.
Only for the hats. So I let you imagine.
Wow.
I let you imagine the other trunks for the dress, for the shoes, for everything. And the big problem with the woman hats was the man, it was always the same hat, but the woman, it was always different and very large size, sometimes small, very different material. So the only way to permit to storage it correctly was to make a big ribbon cage, and then thanks this cage, it was possible to storage inside all the kind of hats that a woman could have in the beginning of the 20th century. And we still have inside this the original separation to be sure that the different hats inside don't hurt the other one.
Wow, that is incredible.
That's
and it
very
has the
beautiful.
original
all the original
brand.
ribbon and hair. And when the hat was inside the cage was put inside the trunks, and then it was perfectly safe for the travel. And on this one, you can see that the first owner was a woman, name is Corwith, with his address. And this address is the address of a very famous building in New York, very Art Deco building, very beautiful. And here it was the C, the first letter of the name of his husband.
Or Christy.
Well, maybe it needs to come home
And
with
my
me.
last.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Charlie.
You're very welcome.
Or Charlie.
Or
Yeah.
Charlie. I hope you have so much fun in Texas. Enjoy your time.
Thank you very much.
And we'll have to come visit you in Paris.
You are welcome at any time.
Where is your shop in Paris?
It's between the Avenue Montaigne and l'Avenue Georges V. A very beautiful place and a very big shop with one part with only the workshop and the other part with the shop with the small, with the Louis Vuitton trunks for sale. But just a small part, because the hardest things for us is not to sell, is to find. So we never have a lot of stock, and that's why this place is very impressive, because it's the work of 1 year of looking and of found inside America.
Yes, of sourcing.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And you've styled it so...
The display is just
That is
incredible.
excellent.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So
It
excellent.
really stopped me in my tracks. It
Me
looks
too.
amazing, Charlie.
Thank you.
This is great. It's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so this is Don, and this is his booth. Where are you from?
Kansas City.
Okay, and what types of antiques do you have in your booth? Because it's beautiful. I've never seen anything like this.
Those are by a mid-century artist named Anthony Redmile, who's an English artisan in the mid-century. We purchase them in France. We go to France and we go to Italy, and then I source a lot in Kansas City as well.
Wow, and is this the only show that you do?
I do lots of shows, but this is one of my favorites by far.
It is.
It is for sure.
It seems like such a fun place to meet customers, but also other vendors. I saw you, hanging out with your neighbors over here.
You make these little family units here. I mean, you really do. And so even if you're burnt out and you don't want to come to the show, you have to, because it's like going to a family reunion.
Right.
So it's expected and you have to be here. So
And see all your friends.
very happy
Well,
to be part of this Marburger family.
I really love the way you layered those botanicals over there. Can we go look at those? And I see some bird. I'm a bird person, so the birds caught my attention, but
These are all domestically raised and none of them are euthanized. They die naturally. If you see, they've got little bands on their arm.
okay.
And then the botanicals were out of one home in St. Louis, Missouri, already framed. I lucked into that.
And they're all sold.
They're
I
all
see.
sold, yes.
His
Yes.
booth gets a rush on opening morning.
Wow.
And he has quite a following. As humble as you are, he is one of our stars. And
This is incredible.
Too sweet,
yes,
too sweet,
yes,
too
yes,
sweet.
yes, yes. I love you, Dad.
I see a lot of sold signs, and your booth looks a little bit more empty than it did yesterday.
Yes.
So everyone must have been seeking you out.
Yes.
This is the cutest bed I've seen. Is this for a dog?
I'm having it for dogs. Everybody would rather buy a bed for their dogs than their kids.
And he often has one of his dogs here.
Yes.
For dog lovers.
How many dogs do you have?
We have two. We have Lulu and we have Bear.
And are Lulu and Bear your mate? Like, are they
Your booth mates?
your booth mate?
Absolutely. They go everywhere with us.
Oh, they do. Well, and
They're
they have a place to sit.
There we go.
So you customize this to make it into a dog bed.
Yeah, and then we'll do the cushion similar to this.
Because the dog deserves to have a beautiful place to sleep too.
My friend has one and it sits in a window and her dogs never leave it. They just sit there in comfort, staring out and watching the rabbits.
I think the world needs more beautiful dog beds. This
I
is
agree.
great. I love it. Okay, so for the Marburger show, can you get early access?
Dealers before the show often are going up until the very last minute before the bell rings to finish what they're creating here. Some use our whole setup time, some use just do it magically more quickly, but that is a long lead into saying no. So there we have our what we call our early admission that actually is just our opening morning, and that ticket price is higher than general admission, but it gives you more of the first dibs on things.
Oh.
And so for the first 5 hours of the show, it's only people who've bought the early admission, but it's still just our opening day and anyone has access to those tickets. The ticket is good for the rest of the show. So if you want to just go for your favorites on opening morning and then come back the next day to more leisurely look around the whole place. I don't see everything even in the whole 5 days of our show. And yeah, they do rush. They rush on. It's fun.
It's fun.
I just heard a pretty known stylist the other day say, I like the run. He thinks there is a novelty to it. He likes the competition.
It's kind of fun to come with a group of friends. They cut the tape and everyone runs in and you take a different booth and you text each other with each place. And I think that that's also what's fun about Round Top. When you come with a group of people, everyone sort of shares what they're looking for, and everyone's sort of helping each other find that
Keeping
thing.
eyes out. Yeah.
Yes, you have eyes everywhere, and that's what's so fun. I'm here now with Eric from Rue Michelle Antiques, and where are you based?
La Jolla, San Diego.
In La Jolla, California, and he has the most beautiful antiques from all over the world with stories for everything. And you have your own tent. How many years have you been doing this?
32 or 34, long time.
You're VIP here at Round Top.
Well, I've done it for several years here, but I based in La Jolla. I did shows all over like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Chicago, San Francisco, LA. We used to do live shows before. See, before the internet, you had to do shows to meet the clients. In fact, the people would fly in on big, buses and planes, the charter whole plane to go to these shows. And now it's making a big comeback because people want to touch and they want to feel and they want to see it. There's still a lot of online presence going on, but still the scale, you can't get the scale and the depth and the true color of the pieces without seeing them in person.
Right, and I want to hear the story from you about everything. So Eric's going to show us around and talk about some of his favorite pieces.
These are rare because, so these are, you see the trunks, but what most people don't know is that these are actually leather that was made in California on the farms, shipped to China, and then they painted them in China, and then did all these, meticulous nail heads and all that, which is, if you get an upholsterer to do that, he will not be happy. And to have a pair is really nice because pairs are worth 3 times as much and they give symmetry.
Wow.
So if you have a pair of demi-lunes, a pair of commodes, a pair of mirrors, it's always a triple the price.
And that's just across the board when it comes to antiques.
That's
a pair.
design 101. So much to the fact that in the 90s, we had a wonderful Venetian 18th century painted Italian piece with fruit and all that stuff. And I sold it to a friend of mine who in the 90s, one of the top dealers in the world. It was a divorce. The lady took one of them to like Budapest. We chased it for 2-3 years trying to find it. It was that good. Sold it for $18,000. I think they put like $150,000 on it. I mean, it was insanely beautiful.
Track down the pair.
Pairs are worth 3 to never split up a pair. Things have been together for 240 years. And one rule I tell people is, like, we almost sold this morning. She went and won. I go, this is the thing. If you don't have a spot for a pair, give one to a relative, give one to a friend.
Someone you can get it back from.
Yeah, because things happen, you know, they make another money and they get a bigger home, and next thing you know, there's a spot for the pair. But you never break pairs up. They're worth 3 times as much.
Okay, so a lot of people are asking me, when they shop here, if they want a big piece, like for instance, if I wanted to take this home, how do I get it home?
Well, that's a good question. So, and it's we have different shippers that go different routes. There's actually a couple ways to do this. We have shippers that we can totally handle this. There's a company called U-Ship with great things where you bid, unlike eBay, the lower it is to do that. We have a guy from Chicago that has 8 vans. That's wonderful. We have my friend Travis that lives here in Austin, and he does for Gary Rubenstein, you know, one of the top dealers in the world, who I'm trying to get over here, by the way. He ships for him. He ships for the people in 2nd Avenue, $100,000 Steinway pianos. That's great. We also ship international. So I did a lot of business in London, Paris, and Hong Kong. And to do that, you have a black stamp on the wood, so it gets professionally created, and then it can go, because a lot of people have 2, 3, 5, 10, 12 homes. Yeah. So we can ship international. Oh yeah, no, it's easy to ship for us to London, Paris, Hong Kong. Very, very, very easy.
So if someone comes in your shop and wants something, you have a solution for them and a way to help them. You know, you're not on your own. You have to.
I'm predominantly a furniture dealer. So we treat it like our own.
And then on site we have 2 shippers who we have UPS, who everyone knows, and then we have Distinguished Transport, who's known amongst the antique and show world, and they handle all sorts of things. And then we have porters if you're just wanting help getting something to your car. We also have people who can help with that.
Yes. I mean, for instance, this campaign chest I hear, this English campaign chest, is going to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I was just there last week delivering. I drove from California in my van a set of brown Jordan chases from the Fairmont Hotel in Del Mar, $9,000 sale, of course. So I wanted to make sure they got there with not even one dent, one thing, nothing. Yeah. And of course, I antique on the way there. I meet the people. I had a fun trip. You know, perfect condition. They made it. That's the kind of service we do for the certain prices. And then I met some people there, and now I'm in with that little town, and now they're calling me. So it's a domino effect. We go out of our way to make sure stuff gets there.
That's great. Okay, so I'm looking around here, and there's so many interesting pieces.
There's a lot here.
I know that you can't play favorites, but
there is. I can show you that.
What's your favorite?
This is an English campaign chest, but it's one of the best ones we've ever had because of the quatrefoil pulls. And this might be going to Tulsa. This is the one it's on option right now, the Bettina. And so this would have been for the British campaign. Basically, if there was an imperial, it'd be an imperial. It's not quite the top, but it's the military general would have this on his campaign, the lieutenant, the captain, and it would be in the British West Indies. So it's an exotic hardwood, and can really, so real Ralph Lauren. It's great. Now, those are fantastic. So everyone thinks they're French, the Shelmiers, but they're actually German, because the Germans, either August Saxon had a magnificent castle. It was either him or one of his relatives had a magnificent castle, believe it or not, on the coast of Germany. Yeah. See, Germany had a coast where the U-boats used to go out to. and we almost lost a war because of that. It's another story, the invention of the diesel engine. But no, really, because of the diesel engine, they could now go 13,000 miles rather than 8,000. So they could stay 100 miles off the coast of New York City and bomb our ships, and because of the diesel. But that is wonderful, because that is a good 19th century piece.
Wow.
And so
your
is this one.
pieces are from all over the world.
Yeah, that's a really good one. That's a good one. The console is really, really nice because it's painted, and it's really, really a pretty one. This is a
marble top one there.
yeah. That's really good. This painting sold on the left here. This is going back to Montecito. This is a prime example of a decorator coming from California and to Montecito. And remember, Montecito at one time had the top 50 if CEOs in the world were all in Montecito, Santa Barbara. So they have everything there. They don't need anything. But she came to Round Top and picked that out and brought it. And this is going back to, let me get a light on it for you. Look at that. Let me hang on here.
Was it Megan Markle?
There you go. There you go. That's a great, great piece. So we were going to get a Florentine frame, a gold and black one, but we ran out of time. So like a 5-inch frame around the side.
I actually prefer it without the frame so people can imagine it in a more minimal atmosphere. They don't want it
yeah,
here,
yeah.
especially in California with big windows around us.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's really, either way, I think it's a very good, a very, very nice. So that's a perfect example. And that's an easy thing, because that one, we're going to make a wood crate, and that's going to be very simple to ship. UPS is great here. We have trade accounts with them. So he's a very nice guy. He's right down the street at Fayette. So if anybody wants any of this stuff that needs to be created, he's our guy to crate that. And that's going to Montecito soon. And these are neat, but they're from the President of Mexico's son's estate. And that painting's kind of fun. That's just a French copy of a Chagall. But this screen is magnificent. This is a showstopper. This is sold, I think. So we moved it because there was a little bit of we thought it was going to rain, so we had it outside for a second. So this screen is great. This is a classic example of pure, let me get a light on it.
On the back of it.
Well, it's on leather. Let me get the light here, and I'm going to angle it so there's no reflection. This is a really, this is a major decorator piece. This is a really good French 19th century, somewhat neoclassical on the bottom. But if this was hung on a wall, it'd be just fantastic. No, it'd be really, really, this is one of the nicest I've seen in the whole area that I've been looking at in the last couple days. This is from a Pebble Beach estate. So it's really, really nice.
Janet Weeb's store. She has amazing Murano glass, chandeliers, pennants, lamps. Some of my Dallas girlfriends sent me here because they love shopping with her every year at Round Top and have these incredible lamps in their homes. And it's places like Janet's store where you cannot forget to look up, because there are so many amazing light fixtures in here. And really, you don't want to miss anything. Oh my gosh, the details on that are incredible. They're like little flowers. Wow. Sold, of course. Someone had already bought it. Okay, so now we're in Brooke Drake Design. I love this shop. It's so colorful. There's so much fun art, and it's so curated with all of the little details. It's a great place to shop for accessories for your home and art. And I'll show you one of my favorite things in here. This coffee table is incredible. It's got a beautiful design, and then you can see the way that they've styled all of the little accents and colors. I love this shell box. This is so special to put on your coffee table, store things in. But this is such a fun and happy shop. It's so colorful, and it's right here at Blue Hills. I just found these earrings from Coco Tay Jewelry, and I think I have to have them. The designer takes vintage pieces and repurposes them and recreates new pieces. I think I love them. I think I need these. So all of these barns have little pop-ups inside, and we're heading to Hibiscus Linens to see what they've curated. They've brought in a few designers and friends to mix in their products, so let's go check it out. I love this bandana with the Texas blue bonnet on it. How fun are these? Little strawberry. Oh, that's so cute. So there's a little bit of everything in here. There's art, clothing, linens, children's clothing, jewelry, rugs. It's a fabulous assortment from different designers. Wow, these are incredible. This is all Hibiscus Linens, and they are the anchor brand here, but they make these beautiful linens. You can get them monogrammed. The iconic Big Red Barn at Round Top, Texas, with Stephanie, who oversees everything here at the Big Red Barn, but also for Blue Hills. And she's gonna take me around, show me some of her favorite vendors. But first, I have to know, how many vendors are in this space? How big is it?
Big Red Barn has about 120 vendors, and it's 30,000 square feet of air-conditioned shopping.
Wow. Do you have favorite spots? Where do we have to go? For someone who's never been here before, where should they stop first?
Yeah, what's so neat about the Big Red Barn is there's so many dealers who specialize in specific antiques, and they're experts on what they have, and they can tell you all about them. So wonderful silver, wonderful textiles, wonderful furniture. So yeah, those are my favorites.
How's it laid out? Are different vendors that are similar next to each other? Or do you like to mix it up so people can see a little bit of everything?
We try to mix it up, but we also think a lot when we're curating about similar customers. So try not to put two people who sell estate jewelry right next to each other because they're going to be direct competitors, but maybe we have someone with a Hermes scarf collection next to an estate jewelry dealer because that would be a similar customer.
So what are the tips that you have, maybe for a first timer, someone who's never been to Round Top? What are some of your best tips?
Plan ahead. It would be first, because everything in Round Top is a little bit funky. Every venue is independently owned and operated. They open on different dates, have different hours, so it's good to get out, do your research ahead of time and make your plan. Also, lodging books up way in advance. So getting your lodging early, getting those restaurant reservations, that's on the front side. And then once you're here, we just always say, if you love it, buy it, because if you come back, there's a good chance it won't be there.
Right. And you should probably rent a car, right? There are no rideshare services.
Right. There's not really any rideshare services to speak of. Closest places to fly into are Houston and Austin, and then we always recommend renting a car because the show's also not walkable. You have to drive between venues for the most part.
Right. And is the Big Red Barn where it all started, where Round Top really truly started?
Big Red Barn's where it all started. It's home to the original show that started over 50 years ago, and we we're the third owners, but continuing our commitment to authenticity the same way the first owner, Emily, did.
Any tips for someone what to pack, maybe what you should have in your bag?
Yeah, we just say, you know, Texas weather can be nuts, and it can be sunny 1 minute and raining 30 minutes later. So we say like pack like layers, shoes that are good for walking, boots, tennis shoes. As you can see, it's frequently gravel, uneven terrain. Sometimes you're in a cow pasture. You know, with tents popped up in it, so kind of be prepared for anything.
I like your boots.
Oh, thank you.
Those are so cute.
Thanks.
Cowboy boots. So what's opening day like? Do you have a big ribbon that you cut? Is there a line down the street? What goes on?
Yeah, opening day is so much fun. There's such a great energy. There's usually lines going all the way down, and we have stanchions out, and it's a couple thousand people, all so excited to get the best finds first. People usually start lining up at 7 a.m. Sometimes we'll be out there handing out donuts.
That's fun.
And then at 9 a.m. we open the doors, everybody rushes in. They try to position themselves to get to their favorite dealers as quickly as possible because they know things are gonna sell immediately.
And there's not much time to think, right? If you see something you like, you kind of have to buy it right then.
Gotta scoop it up because it'll be gone.
All right, let's go check it out. Okay, so now we're inside the big red barn, and immediately I want to stop and look at all of these amazing booths. These vendors must be from all over the world. How long does this building extend for?
So there's several more rows going this direction, and then behind us there's a whole other section.
Wow, and each vendor really sets up their booth. I mean, there are flowers hanging from the ceiling here. How long does the vendor have to set up their area?
Usually they have a few days, and some will come in early. Like this group came in a little bit earlier to really like go crazy with their setup.
Wow. So I'm here with Roberto Freitas, who has the most incredible selection of beautiful antiques. I actually saw him in Nashville recently, and now he's here in Round Top with a totally different assortment, and I am just in awe of everything here. Is there any, I know you always have very interesting artwork. Is there anything that's so special
Yes,
that you're loving?
I have Alfred Stieglitz. He was probably the best photographer in the 20th century in America. And he was also a husband of George O'Keeffe. And he was so influential getting artists started that he got George O'Keeffe on the map, and he also put John Moran on the map. John Moran was an architect, and they were very good friends. And Alfred talked him into giving up his practice to become a painter, and the rest is history.
And because you show at various antique shows around the country, do you really curate your assortment for Round Top based upon the customer? And I'm sure you've seen your customers come back to see you every year.
Somewhat. This year is for what I love. So I am known as high-end Americana. On the other side of the wall is for Round Top.
Okay.
So the carvings, the tillers are for Round Top. This sculpture is for Round Top. Again, Sailor's Valentine is for...
Can you talk about the Sailor's Valentine? Because I know that these are something that you specialize
Sailor's
in.
Valentine, there's a myth there because people think because it's called Sailor's Valentine, were made by sailors. They were not made by sailors. They were made in Barbados for the American trade. The sailors used to buy to bring home to their loved ones. That's why it says, forget me not, remember me, I love you. A gift from Barbados, a present from Barbados for my father, for my mother. So the sailors brought it back for their loved ones.
And this one says,
Home again.
Again. That's so special. What's this?
That is a tiller. So on a yacht, on a sailing vessel, This end will be hooked up to the to the stern, and then you just steer the boat.
Wow. How
So
old is that?
This is about 1875 English. And what's unique about it is the carving, and then also the head is a greyhound. And then I have another one here. We got a falcon, and this is the Merlin.
Always look up.
Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And what is this piece over here?
This is my best piece of furniture that I own. This is a John Townsend Newport furniture. In its heyday, that's the 7 figures. That's $1 million plus.
Wow.
And it came out of a private collection out of Cincinnati. Well, I shouldn't say Cincinnati, Indian Hill. It's all original. And what's unique about this here, Patricia Kane is a scholar on Newport furniture, and she found the date that this was completed. Monday, December 22nd. So doing her research, there's 3 years that he was making furniture that date falls in. It could be 1760, 1766, and 1777.
Wow, that's incredible.
You
So
know?
it was on a piece of paper inside?
It's pencil written on the side of a drawer. So he has a fish here, initial A, B, C for the thing, and then you see 22nd December, Monday. That's the date that was finished.
Incredible. Wow, it's such a historical piece.
It is. And this is something that our good friend's grandfather collected.
Yes.
And still collects.
Yes.
So, but this side here is tortoiseshell tea caddies. I do extremely well here in Round Top. These are about 1780 to about 1820, and these are tea caddies made out of tortoiseshell.
Wow, and this is real tortoiseshell.
Yes, real. There's some states you can't sell them. So I have a
And
nice.
these are monogrammed.
Yes,
or carved,
yes.
engraved.
So here's an example. This is an early one because there was no key. You just press it and it opens. But what happened, tea was extremely expensive in the 18th and 19th century. So if I had you coming over my house, I wanted to display in a tea caddy. What happened was, I'm not away, the staff used to take it. So then they went to the key. So when they're not using it, they lock it up. But these are extremely collectible. And I guarantee I'll sell 5 or 6 here.
Wow, what is this one made out of?
Mother of pearl and tortoiseshell. And this is tortoiseshell, but it's a special species of turtle that absorb a dye. So the green and reds are rare, and then the harlequin rare. This is mother of pearl and tortoiseshell.
Wow, those are beautiful.
So that's for Round Top. These here, the one with the antlers, they're 19th century prints, English prints. And I have a gentleman in Atlanta that does the framing for me. So these are all handcrafted for me. So the paper comes from Mexico, and the antlers are from Belgium, from a doe.
And are these all a set?
No, you can buy individually or pairs or sets. The more you buy, the less you pay. These are French. The ones with the antlers are English, and I don't speak French, so the name of the owls are here in French. And again, last spring I sold 48 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. And painted furniture, I do well here.
These are incredible, and it really proves that a frame can. It's not just about the art, it's also about the frame.
So last year I had 24 on the wall, and a lady came in and bought them all.
Wow.
Thanks for joining us on this special adventure at Round Top. From statement antiques to stories behind the vendors, we hope you found a little inspiration and maybe a few items to add to your wish list. Be sure to subscribe to Homeworthy for more beautiful homes, curated finds, and unforgettable people.